Good evening, everybody. Or it'll probably be morning. Actually, by the time you're watching this, I'm recording it just gone midnight, so I'll release it as soon as I'm done, and it'll probably be early morning when you're watching this. So, a little bit of a Midtjylland preview ahead of the game tomorrow night. I've already done one for Full Time Devils, so if you go on there and check it out there, that's with Andy Tate and with Gaz, if you want to get a bit more in depth on it. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I expect to see from United in this game. Now, we've got a bit of a conundrum here, haven't we? Because we really do need to put all of our eggs into one basket, be that top four or Europa League, try and win it to get that fifth Champions League spot. Now, some people are saying top four is absolutely gone. We have to concentrate on this. This is too risky a competition to just put all your eggs into this basket. The league, I think, is actually easier. Despite what everyone's thinking, we've got to hope City fall off, because let's face it, Leicester look like they're pretty secure in the top four with miles behind them. Tottenham are in flying form. So you're looking at Arsenal, who was many people's tips to win the league, or City, who was everyone's tip to win the league. Early in the season, they was expected to walk it. But of late, especially since they've announced Pep Guardiola's come in and Pellegrini's off, they've absolutely fell to pieces. I said, well, 2 weeks ago, deadline day, wouldn't be surprised to see City have an absolute collapse in a similar fashion to what we saw in 2002 with Sir Alex Ferguson. And so far, that's proved to be pretty accurate. Now, we've got to play them, and it's only 6 points. So it's not inconceivable to think that they can lose a game and we can win a game, and then we beat them, and then the records stay fairly similar to that, is it? I mean, I think that's very likely, in all honesty. All we've got to do is start putting a couple of run of games together. Now, people have got it in their heads that that's an impossibility for us because of the way December's gone and because of the games of late that we've just not managed to turn around. But you've got to remember, we've got players now starting to come back from injury. Schweinsteiger's going to start coming back. You're going to have Luke Shaw back, I think, before the end of the season. So we could actually hit gear just about the right time and sneak into that top four. And what an achievement that would be able to do if we sneak in ahead of City, who are obviously about to go and dominate the world. I don't know why no one's bothering to turn up next year, because Pep Guardiola's won everything, hasn't he, already? But without losing track and getting off topic, the Europa League has got some serious football sides in there that, in this patchy form that we're in at the moment, I wouldn't fancy playing. I wouldn't fancy coming up against Napoli or Dortmund or someone like that and be like, yeah, we'll just turn up and we'll beat them, because we absolutely will not just turn up and beat them. The Premier League is so topsy-turvy at the moment. That is our best hope. And I'm not relying on our form to do it. I'm relying on other teams performing worse than we are. Our form's shit, but so's other teams. And I think that's what's going to do it. I don't think it's that we're going to improve so much that we'll get into the top four. I think we'll improve just enough as everyone else continues to be ordinary and flaky and inconsistent. That's how I think we'll get into the top four, and I think that's the one that we should concentrate on. So what does that mean in terms of team selection then for the Midtjylland game? Well, I think we should go with a fairly strong side, and I think there's players that haven't been playing game time that probably deserve to get game time, and I think if Louis van Gaal's looking to do any sort of experimentation in terms of can this player play in that position, now is the time to try it. So if he's wondering, can Herrera play in the two in the holding midfield role, now would be the time to try it. If he's wondering how one of the kids might adapt starting a game, and I don't mean kids by 16, 17-year-olds, I'm talking about the likes of Pereira and Januzaj, and maybe even Memphis, if he's thinking of playing Memphis as one of the strikers, or he's thinking of playing him on the left from the start, or maybe even from the right. I think Memphis would be great on the right. I really do. I think you've got to give him a chance on the right, because he's so right-footed that he always runs down blind alleys on the left-hand side. I think there's some real potential in all of those. Especially Memphis, who's not hit the heights that we expected him to hit this year. But I think he can be very good. And I think he just needs that start. And this might be the perfect game for him. Now, we don't know what we're going to get in Denmark. We've never played them. They're a brand new team. 1999 they was founded. In 2004 they was one of the first teams in Denmark, or the first team in Denmark, to implement an academy system. Recently they've been took over by Matthew Banham, who has transformed them and made them a very statistical heavy football club. He also owns Brentford. And he's famous for, he's a bookie, and he made his money by exploiting what he thought was wrong odds in the bookies. So the bookies might have a match at a certain odds, he's worked out his own odds and gone, well, I've got different odds, and he's made the money by exploiting the difference in those odds. I think he's got his own online betting company now, where he obviously implements that knowledge. It's a massively Scandinavian-centric side. They've got a couple of Nigerians playing for them, Swedes, Icelandics, Danish, and the like. Howson is the fellow that I've got, a bit like Rory Delap, got a big long throw into the box. So it's obviously about a percentage Moneyball style football, pumping a ball into that area. So we might be facing a bit of a long ball team. I've got to admit, I haven't watched them play. I've only been reading up on them. So I don't know what to expect. They haven't played a competitive game of football since the 10th of December. That could be huge. That could be huge for mental on their part. They might be completely refreshed. Come into this game, if the manager's framed it right for them, you're under no pressure, lads. Let's go out there and show what we're all about, and they could surprise us. We're there for the taking as far as I'm concerned. So if they mentally get this right, they could easily turn up and blow us out the water. I really think that, especially at home. Might be a little bit different at Old Trafford. The nerves might set in then if they're close to getting a result. The nerves could set in for them. But I think at home, if the manager sets it up and he frames it right for them, say, listen, lads, there ain't no pressure on you. The pressure's all on them. The pressure's on the manager from their home form, from our home form in the league. We've got nothing to lose here. The fact they've not played a competitive football match since the 10th of December could go either way. It really could. It could mean that they're mentally fresh and they're up for it. Or it could mean that they're just not prepared for us, because nothing compares you for full speed football like full speed football. We've seen it sometimes with a pre-season, how long it takes to get kicked in. I don't know enough about these guys to be able to confidently say to you, this is what's going to happen. They've got Sisto, who's a decent player. They've got Tim Spav, who's a United fan. So there could be some little shocks and little surprises in there that they get thrown up. By the looks of things, they are going to play 4 at the back, but their attack and midfield is changeable. So they could literally just line up to suit what we're inevitably going to play, which will be 4-2-3-1. There's no surprises, is there, in Louis van Gaal's formation. Occasionally a bit of a surprise in the starting 11, but the formation for this entire season has been set. We haven't deviated from it once. So I really don't know. In terms of our actual starting 11, I would like to see, as I was saying, Pereira. I would love to see him start. I'd love to see a couple of the others start as well, but those that people are expecting, the likes of Timothy Fosu-Mensah, maybe James Weir, players of that nature, they played in the under-21s on Monday night. Last night, well, I suppose it's Wednesday morning now, isn't it? So I wouldn't have expected them to have gone, or don't expect them to go. But saying that, you found a load of youth players on the bench after playing on Thursday night this weekend, so maybe they will. Will Keane didn't play though, Pereira didn't play, Januzaj didn't play, so I would expect them to all be in the matchday squad, if not starting. Now this might be a great game for Will Keane to cut his teeth if you're looking to rest and shift your focus to the league and see what happens in this. I wouldn't expect him to go with what we would call a League Cup side, but I wouldn't expect him to go with an entirely strong 11 either. I think he will mix it up a little bit. In some instances, he might mix it up because we have to. We're so desperately short at right back that I have no idea who will play. Maybe Donald Love will keep his place. Maybe you'll see McNair in there. I really just do not know. We are threadbare, which begs the question again, why didn't we strengthen in the summer? Phil Jones might come in there. He played in the under-21s last week. He might be ready now. So there literally is 1,000 permutations on how this team could go down. We just have to hope that we go strong with it and we don't go too shallow in terms of what we play. And I do want to see Pereira's the one. I think Pereira's, he's not just knocking on the door. He's kicked it down. You see some of the things that he's doing now in the under-21s, and he is beyond that level. He's bored at that level. He's better than everybody at that level. It's not competitive enough for him. It's not challenging for him. He's doing the sort of things that you would do in the park with your mates when you're just feeling a little bit confident. And he shouldn't really be doing that under 21 level, should he? He should be testing himself and trying to further himself, but he's better than the level. So he has to start playing first team football, or we have to allow him to go on loan somewhere that he's going to be tested. So he's the one I hope to see. In terms of score prediction, I can't give you a score prediction. I'd literally just be guessing because I don't know what Midtjylland are like, and I don't know what sort of side we're going to put out. I'm going to hope, should we say that? I hope that we can get a 1-0, 2-1 win. I do think it'll be very tight. I don't think we're going to go there and blow them away. I don't think we're going to go there and get dicked. I do think that we could end up losing by the odd goal, but I'm hoping that we can go and we can put it on them. And I wouldn't mind seeing us progress, if I'm honest. It's not the end of the world to do well in a competition. It might give us that little bit of a lift that we need. Who knows? So, a little bit flat tonight. Sorry, lads and lasses. I can't really get too excited about this game. It's a competition I don't care about. I'm being brutally honest. I don't care about this competition. I just want to see us make that top 4. And I think we can draw a line under the Louis van Gaal era at Manchester United, as I'm absolutely certain he'll be moving on. And we all know who's coming in the summer, don't we? It's the worst kept secret in football. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already, have a look at the programme one I uploaded earlier. I know it's not going to be for everybody, but I've got a stack of programmes. I just wanted to make some content with them. So I had a flick through a couple of the programmes and a couple of the catalogues that I've got that I found in my grandma's back bedroom from mine and my dad's time at United. And I've got the Class of 92 programme as well from that famous night that we beat Crystal Palace 1992. Beckham, Giggs, Scholes, Butt, Neville's, you know the drill. So please check it out if you don't mind. It won't be for everybody. It is quite dry and slow paced. There will be some Football Manager stuff very, very soon. Literally tonight I have just finished recording with Makola and Squawker Dave, and we finished off the League of Devils. We'll be releasing all those out to finish the season off of there. And I have got a FIFA one scheduled for tomorrow as well. I'm going to the Under-18s Academy game against City, so if I get up late, I'll be doing it after the game. If I get up on time, I'll do it before a game. It'll be after the game. Thank you for watching. Drop us a like if you don't mind. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed. Honestly, it really means a lot. Subscribes is how I gauge how well I'm doing in terms of the channel. And you've blown me away. These last few weeks, it's been going up by hundreds every day. I started it on New Year's Day, and to be almost 4,000 subs 6 weeks in, I am absolutely delighted. I've got a target of 10,000 by D-Day. I am going to go out on D-Day and do something special at one of the D-Day parades. So I've got a bit of a mental target, and now it's a stated target of 10,000 subscribers by D-Day. So if you haven't subscribed, it would mean the world to me. Please, if you can subscribe and help me get to that. We've got 10 weeks or so, haven't we? And it's going to be tight, but I think we can do it. Thank you for watching, as always, and I'll see you soon.